goodness. It's just a
Um,
bundle here. I'm just laughing. I can't ask any questions because I'm just enthralled. This No, this is like for all time. For all of our ever interviews. This is me. I'm just in. I'm on the story roller coaster. This is awesome, and I just love your approach. I
Oh,
really
Tess.
really do. It's just something I can admire. The
yeah.
ability to the positivity that kind of just comes from you. You're like a ray of sunshine, and I like hearing your approach to your work, to your art. It's just fantastic. It's
Oh my
fantastic. It's
God.
fascinating, and it just comes. I can tell. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you're extremely talented. You made extremely successful items, but you wouldn't have been able to bring those out without that amazing personality trait of seeing things like a little upside down. You know?
I'm a big believer that the most rebellious thing you can do
Mhm,
is to be an optimist,
mhm.
Mm.
right? So, like, if
Yeah.
you want to be a true rebel, imagine the best case scenario and then
Fact.
go from there, right? And of course, it's tough, and I sometimes get attacked for being aggressively positive. But I'd rather be aggressively positive than not. Like, it's worked
Yeah.
for me, so it's hard for me to
Yeah.
go, don't do the thing I'm doing. And then the other one, honestly, is we're in such crazy times. What else are you gonna do? Are you gonna
Yeah.
let the madness take you? No, you
Yeah.
jump in with a smile and run around it.
Yep.
That's one of the reasons I think and one of the reasons I was following you on Twitter when I would see some of your quotes about just dealing with, like, I guess life when life starts lifing, and but you're able to
Oh,
still
life is
create.
life.
Uh, how was that? Because I know there's been difficult times, but just looking at just recently, we had a whole pandemic, and I know that
Yeah.
kind of affected some of your efforts. Because I think you were supposed to do a opening for The Simpsons, and that didn't kind of pan out because of the pandemic. Was there any other projects that didn't work out because of that?
Uh, I'm doing The Simpsons.
Oh, nice, nice.
We won't even air this. We won't
Yeah,
air it. This is for us. This is for our
Wait.
vault.
but
We didn't wait, Tess. We didn't talk about that. We
What are you talking
like
about? Huh?
we
Huh?
didn't talk
What?
about that part. Nope,
Oh,
nope. Yeah,
no.
yeah.
but
We might have
basically it was
to.
because of the strike. Just they had to go on hiatus, and so they put my thing on hiatus. Once the strike was over, it's coming out this year. I'm literally
Ah,
working on it after this
nice.
call is over. But the big change that happened at Netflix, honestly, was I went in there during the golden era. Right? I went in there 2018. My show, Maya and the Three, got picked up at a pizza party. Literally, they
Mm,
said, "Picture something you don't think you could get made anywhere." And a lot of people at that party, a lot of famous directors and famous showrunners, didn't believe it, especially the old guard. Right? They were very
right.
skeptical. Like, what? There's no. What are you? What? I was the guy going, even if this isn't real, what if it is real? So I'm gonna take my shot. And I was like,
Yeah.
I love Lord of the Rings. I want to do a Mesoamerican Lord of the Rings. This is at this pizza party, right? I want to do a Mesoamerican Lord of the Rings. It's gonna be 3 movies because if a kid finds Lord of the Rings today, they're not gonna find it in the theater. They're gonna find it at home.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna pretend that this is based on these
Yeah.
giant entities, and I'm gonna kill. Spoiler alert! I'm gonna kill the main character.
Nice.
Mm,
Because animated movies, there's all these fake main characters dying, and then they come back, and they're not dead. And the
right.
twist in my thing is that they're dead. Like,
It's like, sorry,
Yes.
Jean Grey, you can't come back.
yeah. And so, literally, the exec at the time, Melissa Cobb, goes, "Okay, if that's what you would do, we want to do that." And so, it was a maddening time. A lot of creators got to make whatever they wanted, spend as much
Yeah.
money as we wanted. It was madness. And I think there was a lot of us who were going, this can't last. this is unsustainable. There's no way this is going to last forever. So let's try to get as much stuff as we can going. And so my first day, because I pitched this probably in January. And I started on Cinco de Mayo, right, on May 5th, because I always want to be on
Yeah.
brand. I showed up very skeptical, and I said, here's my lineup of what all my characters look like that I did on my own. Here's my pilot script for the first episode. Read it. On my first day, I said, read my script, look at my characters. If you don't like any of this, tell me now and I'll leave, and we'll save you a ton of time and money.
Mm.
But if you like this, I will make the best version you've ever seen. And that was super risky. My management was like, Jorge, you're basically gambling with your future here. I said, well, if I'm gonna
Right.
gamble, I'm gonna bet on me every time.
Every time.
Right.
Mhm.
And they said, we love this, go make it. So what happened to me was I got drunk with, again, ambition of all the things I wanted to make, and I could see the Indiana Jones Raiders style, the doors closing, and I was like, it's happening. And by the time they close, because they are closed, now it's a regular studio, right? Netflix turned into a regular studio with regular development, regular testing, regular everything.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us came to the studio with the promise of crazy budgets and creative freedom, because that was the only way they could get anybody to come.
Yeah.
Now that that's disappeared, it's like, well, there's not that much stuff happening anywhere. So why are we giving creative freedom? Why are we giving crazy budgets? So
Right.
the adjustment has occurred, and it happened right before my eyes. So all of my stuff is just taking forever because now I'm going through traditional development.
Yeah.
And when you hear, oh, this movie took 10 years, like that's normal in animation. 10-year wait.
Wow.
So that's what I'm dealing with now. So I'm trying to decide, should I stay or should I go?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the time to see what's out there? Is this the time to keep going? Like, I haven't made up my mind about a lot of things in the future. And I know I'm very privileged to even have that choice right now. A lot of my friends are looking for work, and a lot of my friends are struggling finding work. But I think in the darkest of night,
Mm.
that's when you have to be the boldest and the bravest.